Thank you for tuning back into the Walk On Pod. Episode 20, we're bringing a special episode. Two guests coming to this time. And like I said last time, just cycling through the KI Hoops catalog, we got two people that have definitely been name dropped a few times, ZP and Drako, on the call today. How we doing,
Mm,
fellas?
Good.
Doing great. Just glad to see you guys.
yeah, love it. Love
Great
to
to have
see
the
you guys.
fellas on. This is a huge episode for the
I feel
brand.
really involved. I've had like 5 of my friends come on here before me, so I'm just glad to be here, man. Feels
All
good
right.
getting the number called.
Hey, man, you got to stay ready.
Literally.
Stay ready so you don't got to
Just
get ready.
just like you had your first start of the year the other day, and you had a
Yep.
good game.
Congratulations, man.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's so good. I don't know.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Tom, you want to do the intros, or Luke? You guys want to do the intros, or what?
I mean, the
Man,
floor is
yeah.
theirs if they want to go
All right, then
ahead
let's
and,
just.
and rally off who they want, who they are, and then we can go from there.
All right, let's let Drake take the floor, man. Drake is ready to go.
I'm gonna laugh this whole time. What am I? It's just literally.
Just give us your bio, man. Give us your start, where you're from, and just
Uh,
kind of how your relationship with Tom and how hoop and all that stuff.
all right. Well,
Give us your journey, man. We want to hear your journey.
my name is Drake Middleton. I'm from El Dorado Hills, just like Tommy, and then right next to Luke. And ZP was out in Vacaville, so we don't really rock out that way, but cool. I went to Oak Ridge. Yeah, I don't know. I hooped in high school. I had a pretty good high school career, and then I wasn't overly focused on basketball for a while. And so when it was time to actually like get college offers and start looking at the next level, I didn't have my grades right, and I really wasn't focused enough to even at the time like if I would have tried to go to college right out of high school, I don't think it would have worked out very well for me. It just would have taken, or if I would have gone, it just might have taken a long time before I got to a good spot. Um, so I had like a lot of D2 interest. Um, and then I would have some like D1 schools talk to me, but it really wasn't anything. And then whenever my grades came up, it was pretty much clipped. And so after I graduated my senior year, I had a good senior year. I looked at like Slick was talking to me, Salt Lake Community College, which was a good JUCO, but at the time, like JUCO was not in the picture for me. I was just like, I wouldn't go play basketball in JUCO. I didn't know if I like loved basketball enough, I guess, really. And so at the end of the day, that year came to an end, and I just went to school, enrolled as a regular student down in SLO, San Luis Obispo at Cuesta College, community college. Went there for a semester, um, and like I missed basketball, but like I didn't. I don't. It wasn't like a pressing issue for me to get back into it. I really just filled all the time that I spent with basketball with surfing, and then what actually got me out to Utah, where I'm at now, is my girlfriend at the time. I basically kind of picked up and moved because I wanted to be out with her. And then once I got out there, I was like, it was kind of just a bad spot. I didn't really like where I was living. And so I was like, I want to play basketball again. I had the Salt Lake connection. I hit up that coach. And at this point, I had already talked to them basically and they like out of high school, and they knew that like I just had quit. And so when I called him back, it wasn't really like a scholarship. They give scholarships, but like that wasn't an option. So he just said, "Yeah, if you want to come, you can come practice with us. You can see what's up." So I went practice. They're like, "We'd give you a spot on the team, but we're not going to give you a scholarship." And I was like, "Okay, that's fine with me." I had confidence in myself to be able to earn playing time regardless. So I went there. It was a good team. When I was coming back, or when I joined, we were like the returning number like 3 team in the country or whatever. So it was high competition. And I hadn't played basketball in a full year, and the competition I'd been going against in high school was not like this. And so um, it was a learning curve, and that was really when I got in the gym with Jared and kind of learned how to really work at basketball and wanted to pursue something. So got there. It worked out. I was playing. I mean, I played like probably played a total like 8 or 10 games, at Slick the whole year, so a lot of it was just riding the bench. And it was just kind of goes back to that stigma around being a walk on. And my coach would even tell me, like, you can't, like, I would be as good as a guy, but he's like, you have to be better than the guy in front of you for me to be able to play you. So that was kind of something I just battled all year. And then since I didn't really have film when the end of the year came, like, there was some schools that had reached out, like D2s, but I didn't really have anything serious. And Westminster College, which is like right up the road, a D2 right up the road, came to open gym. My coach got into an open gym for me. And then, yeah, got the offer. And then I've been rocking out here this will be my second year.
Starting now. Really rose up the rank. Drake didn't brag as much as he could. He had a hell of a senior year. That's probably the best Oak Ridge team that Oak Ridge has had in years. We had a deep playoff run, and Drake was the head of the snake for sure. MVP of our league and had a really good playoff run. Big playoff performance on the road to get us the win. That was a hell of a game. But yeah, Draco's got a great story.
Good Jesuit 30 ball.
Yeah, Jesuit 30 ball.
Great
We can
hit the sport clip.
Yeah.
Great hit the sport clip.
We could drop it. He had a 30 ball at Jesuit in the quarterfinal to advance us.
Yeah. Big time game.
Yep.
We want to kind of shift and let ZP kind of give us his story. I'm before he gets going. He's probably going to be real modest like Drake is. So I have to tell everybody, ZP is the pride of Vacaville basketball. We went to the same high school. We actually ended up going to the same college. But ZP was super cold and had 2 game-winning shots in the black and blue game. I hope Jay Nagel's listening to this.
I was gonna say on
big
former guest Jay Nagel
rivalry game. Zack hit 2 game winners. So, and now is a great college player at Cal State San Marcos. But go ahead, ZP.
Yeah, man. From Vacaville, 707. It's like 40 minutes from Sac, probably 50 minutes from San Francisco. Yeah, I mean, growing up, like I was really more of a baseball player. I played basketball. I loved basketball, but like all my friends growing up played baseball. So I played baseball with them. And that kind of shifted when I met Jay. Me and Jay met in like 6th grade. We met before, but we really became friends in 6th grade. And his dad was a junior college coach at Solana Community College, where Jared went originally.
Another John Nagel shout out.
Yeah. And and Coach Nagel just like, he was just so fun to be around. And like, I felt better when I was with them. And just always, we were always in the gym together. And that's when I like really fell in love with basketball, was with more, with people that I like really enjoyed being around. And I think that's one of the reasons why I fell in love. But then I ended up going to Vacaville High School, where Jared also went. And then like that's when I was, working out, kind of work on, my game every day, like really get up shots, like really have purposeful workouts and stuff like that. And then I started to get a little bit better as I got around like my sophomore year, I would say, is just like when I realized I was like, oh, I can go play college. Like, I was seeing guys who went and play college, and I feel like I can do this, similar stuff that they can. So that's when I was really focusing on like, all right, how can I get to college to go to school and play basketball at the same time? And so that's when I started working out with Jared. Jared came to train us. But I mean, I met Jared because of Coach Nagel before that, but he came to do summer trainings at Vacaville High. And I think we kind of clicked because he was really serious about it, and I wanted to be serious about it, but like, not a lot of the other players that were there tended to really pay attention to the details he was talking about and things of that sort. And I think he could probably tell you better, but I think he appreciated me kind of, being able to pay attention to really what he was saying, ask questions, learn from him. So I think that's where we clicked off, and then he told me to come work out with him in Sacramento. And that's when I, met all you guys. And then I was like, really gave me confidence because we were all working on the same things, and then I would see it translate to like gameplay. When I started working out Jared, everything became more consistent. Like I knew, when the ball was going to go in. I knew if White didn't go in, if I didn't shoot it right or whatever. And but yeah, senior year came around. That summer I was playing AAU and stuff with Jay, and he kind of blew up that summer up in double pump and got a bunch of these offers. And I got some more like NIA D3 D2 looks. I didn't get as many D1 looks just because look at me. It was like Jay would all
look at me is
they would
crazy.
they would all come and look at Jay, right? And just like see the potential in Jay's body, and they're more focused on him. But I ended up choosing to go to Cal State East Bay, where Jared also also went to school. So I'm like literally a follower of Jared. But yeah, he also went to school there. Played for Coach Rooney for 4 years. Loved it over there. Met my best friends, and learned some very valuable life lessons from my relationships there, including the coaches. But so now I just did a grad transfer year at Cal State San Marcos. I'm doing right now, getting my MBA. So I mean, like if there's one example of how basketball has improved somebody's life, it's definitely mine. I don't think I would have learned all the valuable lessons and gained all the great relationships I've gained with people like you guys and my teammates. So here I am today. Glad.
Awesome.
ZP just had a smooth 20-piece the other day, fresh off the flight.
Yeah, that was a crazy story. I had COVID, and then I was able to test out with an antigen. And so they put me up there the same day. I'm like, I got to do something. They're going to take all this energy to fly me out. Like I have to take over somehow. But yeah.
Love it.
This is a question for both you guys, just to kind of keep the conversation going. What do you guys feel like has been the toughest transition for you? Obviously, basketball wise, specifically Drake coming from a national JUCO that was very, very good to a Division II, and then also Z coming from a solid Division II program, and then transferring to like a preseason like top 10 nationally ranked Division II program. What do you guys think has been the toughest transition?
You want to go ZP or me? I got it.
Yeah, Draco.
I think for me, probably the biggest difference is like when I was at JUCO too, like we won so much, and like the level of players that were there are very like highly touted players. It's not like more relaxed, but like there was just things that weren't getting like overly stressed to us or like fixated on. And so to me, that's been the biggest difference. Like my D2 coach here, he's older. He actually coached at Salt Lake. He won a national championship with them back in like 2010 or 2008, I think. But he's like very like everything is like gonna go, do what he says, run his offense exactly how he wants it. Like it's very structured. And so to me, that's been the biggest difference between the two.
Gotcha.
We run a lot.
You were just hooping it slick.
We run a lot. If my coach ever sees this, please stop making us run so much.
Yeah, no. I would say the main difference from if we go back to high school to Division basketball, for me was the physicality of it, and not speaking of just like banging with bodies, but it's more it's a fast paced like going hard all the time, like never taking a play off. Like in high school, you guys know, like when you feel like you can score pretty much whenever, like there's plays you take off on defense. And
Drake didn't play defense in high school unless it was a chase down block.
And like yeah, exactly. So like
hey, he was really good at chase down blocks though. But
yeah, he's like LeBron.
Yeah,
but,
Drake, don't act like you wanted the guard in high school.
But I guess when you got to college, it's just you got to be able to play both sides of the ball. And I struggled with that for a couple of years at East Bay before I got on the floor. And the reason I think I finally got on the floor was probably because he saw during the fall and spring of the previous year that I was going to take getting in better shape, being able to guard multiple positions, things of that sort. He saw that I would be a willing defender, and I think that was the main difference between high school and college was just being able to play hard for more than just a couple of possessions, right? And then switching over to San Marcos, it's the same conference, same level, so it's like there's just a different styles of practices, I would say. But I've loved it. I've loved all my teammates from both places. But I guess being nationally ranked in the preseason, we were trying to learn how to play being the hunted instead of the hunter. And so I think
that pressure is different for sure.
I would say playing as the hunter, which when I played at East Bay, that was more what we were about, and I think that was sometimes easier to get motivated for games. I think it's just like we're gonna go win this game. I think when you're the hunted, sometimes it gets to be like, all right, how do we not let them win? You know what I mean? Instead of going to win a game. So I'd say that's the main difference for me.
I think practice is what, like, college practice is just way different. Because like what Tommy's saying about like I didn't play defense, like in high school I literally, like, I used to tell my dad, and he used to get frustrated with me because I would be like, well, it doesn't matter, I just score. Like I could just go have 25. Like I don't need to do it. And in high school, I shouldn't have had that mentality, but you can get away with it because like you're scoring 25. Like there's not a lot of high school kids doing that. And so like practice, especially, like I never ever took practice serious until I got to college. And to me, that's been the biggest difference. Like falling in love with competing in practice every day. That's also what's gotten me on the floor. Is like I love to go out.
That's what keeps you going.
Yeah, I love to go out to practice and just fry my teammates and let them know.
He loves to let them know.
I got one of my teammates right next to me. He hears it every day. I love it. That's like arguably more fun than games sometimes.
Yeah, Dan talked about that a couple weeks ago. Do you
Yeah.
Just kind of on that same note, Drake and Zack, you guys are kind of preaching the same message. Do you feel like where you grew up and the lack of like focus on basketball in that area, do you think that played a role, like significant role in that mentality?
Yeah, for sure. I would say that. I mean, because I'll get some of my teammates' experiences like with Eric in high school or their basketball experiences. It's a lot different, especially Southern California is a lot different from like a place like Vacaville. It's just like they're working out every day during the summer together. They're getting in the gym, like it's an everyday thing. Their coaches, are coaching other maybe other travel ball teams like on the circuits and things like that. I feel like the involvement is a lot different in terms of Vacaville. Like, I mean, during the summer it was like I'm gonna go work out with I'll go work out with Jay, and every summer I'm gonna go work out with Jared. But like in terms of the whole team getting better together didn't happen very much. You know what I mean? I think everybody's in. I would say in Southern California, from my teammates' experience, everybody's trying to play college basketball out there. And then in where we were at, I don't think it was like there's a couple guys maybe on each team.
I just like to have fun in high school. Like that was what it was. So basketball.
Yeah. Drake wasn't locked in. Drake was just good at basketball.
Well, there was just like no one, but like there was just no one, like what Jared saying, like because I really
no sense of urgency. There's like no one pushing you.
Yeah, like it was just like it was like just me and my dad, and my dad, like he was always just gonna be like he was just a parent that was like, I'm not gonna force my kids to do anything. Like it's your life. Like if I want to ask him, like if I'm like, hey, I want to go work, then he'd be like, all right, yeah, we can get up at 7. But like, he's not gonna come wake me up and make me go work out. And like, I didn't meet Jared. I don't know when the first time I really worked out with you, more than like 2 times. You know,
You
Probably
came
not
once
till,
with
like,
you came once with Tommy when you were senior, and then we
yeah,
didn't see
probably
you
not.
again for 2 years.
Yeah, not till I got to before I had to go to Slick. I don't think I really worked out. And Jared, like you probably are the only person in that area that like would hold me accountable, and then like I would actually listen. Because some people would try, like they would try.
Appreciate it, man. Appreciate it.
Yeah, they would tell me, but I was just like, whatever, bro. So I didn't even. I literally like summers. I would show up to like I would be out, whatever, hanging out at like. I remember like that one summer, Tommy, at Capital Christian, that summer
Yeah.
league.
Yeah,
And
you
I was literally
freaking-
at like a pool party all day, and then we had a game at like 3 o'clock. I just like pulled
Bro.
up to the summer league game.
And the thing
At
is,
like
like,
30
he
though.
would pull
At
up.
30.
He'd pull up 10 minutes before tip. We played Modesto Christian, who was really good that year. It was our junior year. They were really good.
Yeah,
And this
Nick
dude's just going bucket for bucket with Modesto Christian's best player. Just like, it just made no sense. Had 30. I'm like, you don't even care about this. Like, how are you like? But that's besides the point, because Draco's really tapped into loving hoop. So I got
Yeah, which we love to see.
which I've been begging him to do. I've been begging Drake to do that since we were kids, and he's
happening
finally.
in college is so different though than
Yeah.
like in high school. Like it's weird because in high school, like I think if I could have like if I would have been really locked in and like working, like I could have averaged like
Don't
28.
say something crazy.
Like 28. I think I could have averaged like 28, 25 plus. That's crazy.
so many points.
That's a lot of points.
So
Dude. What
many
did you even
points.
average?
I averaged like 22 in high school.
So many points.
Not the same.
consistently.
You
I
did
guess
not
like,
average
oh,
22.
my-
You were a
my
bucket
point is,
getter,
like,
but averaging 22 is crazy.
I can pull it up. Like I definitely averaged.
So
If you
so
if you
now-
focused, I think you could have averaged in the 20s.
I already averaged in the 20. All right, that's besides the point.
Killing me.
I think it was a cool 20, Draco. I think it was a cool 20 league MVP on when the league was very deep with college basketball players.
Yeah, we
So
were.
that was impressive. That
the
league
SFL was good that year.
Yeah, it was very good that year. You had a lot of college basketball players in that
Yeah.
that year.
But like it's just like in high school, the kids who were locked in, they were really like you saw it a lot more, I feel like. But like in college, if I go out and have like 8 to 12 points, that's a really good college game.
Yeah.
That's a wild adjustment to me because I'm like, I want to go out and have like 20, you know, but it's hard. It's so hard to do.
I mean, I think that brings up my point. Is it's like, I think if I could go back in time, I would have taken like being accustomed to playing both sides of the ball every play.
Yeah,
And-
defense. Yeah,
Because it's hard to score in college when you're gassed because you just were. That's why it's
sliding
so
your
impressive.
feet for 30 seconds
Yeah,
Right,
ZP
that's why it's so
and
impressive when
sprinting
people
to the
can-
nail.
Exactly. That's why it's so impressive when there's some people or majority of college basketball players when they can average 15, 16 points. That means they're like really playing both sides.
But the one thing I do truly believe, and I say this to everybody, because like, that's why a lot of times, the workouts, like we work on defensive stuff, we talk about defensive concepts, things like that. But even from my own experience, like you don't really learn how to play defense until you get to college.
true.
There's just not enough accountability from whether it's
100%.
coaches or teammates or opposing teams or whatever it is, but like, and just mostly the concepts and the accountability. Like some high school coaches attempt to do it, but like there's just not enough of a threat like of playing time because now like in Drake's like what Drake's talking about is like you can get away with it, but I really believe just from a conceptual standpoint, like I didn't really learn how to play. I understood defense, but I didn't really understand how to play defense until I got to college.
Yeah.
And you're doing 4-on-4 shell drill and like
Oh,
stuff like that,
Yeah.
which we
And-
all have been there, right, Luke?
I love it, man. It's part of the process.
I
love
mean,
it.
4-on-4
yeah.
shell is the worst.
Especially, I mean, like you said, Jared, it's like it's even like the terminology, right? And the verb, like, the verbiage and stuff. And when I got to East Bay, Rooney's like saying it on the first like ice, like ice ball screens. I'm
Get
like,
to the nail. Low
I'm like,
side.
what the? I'm looking around. I see them just guarding a ball screen. I don't know what they're doing though, right? Because I'm not thinking the game like that yet. And I like literally asked one of my team, like, what the hell is icing a ball screen?
Yeah.
Like I'd ask him,
Yeah,
like,
we
what are
call
you
it
talking?
blue, yeah.
Like, what do you? And then he's explaining takeaway middle, big comes up, right? And I'm like, okay, all right. So I get on the court, and it's just like the first like real like practice we're having, and I just never really done it. And so as soon as the guy gets the ball, like I just take away middle, but the screen's not there yet. You know what I mean?
Blow by baseline layup.
Blow on baseline blow by. I try to like recover, but I'm like stumbling, and the dude just rises up. He just kind of like boom right over my head. And I'm just like, I'm never ever gonna do that ever again. I'm not gonna let the ball.
I got hit with a gross move this last weekend.
You did?
Yeah, kid like exit dribbled and then like stopped and then like spun baseline. Yeah, I was like, damn.
Oh, you touched earth, Drake? You got
No,
you got
never
dropped?
that, never that, never
Oh,
that.
yeah.
I do occasionally love doing that to Tommy though.
That's crazy. That never happens.
Also, when Peter Hansen was talking about the
Backyard.
the backyard, bro, he did not like. You guys don't understand. Like those backyard games actually like impacted me and Peter's friendship forever. Like we are not as close as we once were because of those games. Like we would get so mad.
Yeah,
So
they were real. Punches were thrown.
Tommy was out there reffing it.
Let me ask this: when did like Drake and Tommy and Luke? When did Drake and Tommy meet Luke and that type of deal? Like when did you guys meet the boys?
I met Luke whenever I first started training with Jared.
Probably sophomore year. I probably gave Tommy a year to get acclimated.
No,
I think it was like 6 months. I think it was like 6 months.
was-
I started working out with you in like the winter, and I started working out with Luke in the summer.
I was gonna say I don't think I was in college yet, or it was right at the end of my senior year then. I think is when I first met Tommy.
Well, I guess let's do the math because
Might have been the summer of my first year.
Well, Tommy's
you were in
the same
college.
age as Owen.
Okay.
Tommy's the same
that's
age
what
as
I'm
Owen.
saying.
So I think you were a freshman, redshirt freshman.
Yeah, you were a freshman. Yeah.
So that's when I met Tommy, and then I didn't meet Drake until like I knew of Drake just through Tommy and like obviously being in the area, but I didn't officially meet him until the COVID runs at the small gym in Sac State.
Oh my god, bro, those were so foul for me.
Yeah, I know.
I hated those, bro. I hated those.
Hey,
fun,
ZP had a tough go one of those nights too.
Oh, I forgot about that.
That's when Aaron was still playing.
Bro, it was me. It was
But
us.
the first time I went, I was killing. But the second or third time,
Who was it? It was us five,
Aaron,
Aaron,
Will.
Tyus, Will, and Grant and Chris. We had 10.
that was the small gym.
Yeah.
Yes.
Those were
Yeah.
fun. I missed those.
Those were so fun.
I felt so stupid when I went to that. Also,
Yeah, you kind of got thrown into the gauntlet. I'm not gonna lie.
Well,
it was-
no, that was
it was
I
like,
did it
I
on
hadn't
purpose. though.
played.
I know.
hadn't
I did it on.
played
I did it on purpose.
Like I had that was the first time I had played 5-on-5
Tommy, you remember the conversation we had?
before.
Wait, did
Oh,
we mention
yes.
Tyus? Tyus was in there too. We didn't say that, did we?
Premeditated.
Yeah, Tyus. I said Tyus.
Yeah,
Okay.
premeditated. I did it on purpose because you had hit me, and then we were going through the COVID stuff, and I was like, I literally hit Tommy. I'm like, hey, I'm gonna throw Drake to the wolves. He wants to get into the game, and he wants to figure out like if he really wants to play college basketball. We're just gonna have him chase Luke around for 45 minutes.
Chase Luke around and then get switched on to Aaron and just get hit with a bunch of pro moves, left shoulder bump fade.
Aaron's
Yeah.
ball.
Aaron will
ball
let you
barely
know.
got
Aaron will
over
let you
the
know you
rim.
can't guard him.
Well, yeah.
Yeah,
His ball barely got over the rim. It would go in every time.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
I respected Luca because I had heard of Luke, but he went to Vista, so it was a different school, and I just was like,
I'm not getting bucketed by a Vista kid, is what you
Yeah,
were
he
thinking.
probably was
and
like,
then-
here's another.
Yeah, I
here's
was
another
like,
white
I was
kid from
like,
Vista.
yeah, like
Not
I've
gonna do
heard of
nothing.
it. There's no way. I went in there. I came home. My dad was like, "How's that Luke kid?" I was like, "He can shoot."
Hey, I think Drake.
I
I'm
got
not trying.
airballs, bro.
I'm not throwing Drake under the bus right now. I swear, because we love Drake. But like, I think your first 2 shots, you hit the backboard
I
only.
said that's what I said. I think I airballed or yeah, something.
Well, the thing was, like, Drake was just running around there and
Didn't shoot more than
well,
like
Luke,
twice.
let's be real. Luke was getting majority of the shots up. Jared and Luke were playing little Draymond, Steph, handoff, pick and roll.
1,000 times. Yeah, I did.
Sure,
I
like
all
they
premeditated.
didn't want to pass, and that's fine. They were getting their buckets, but when Drake got the ball, he would be like, "Okay, I got to go score because I'm not." He's like, Drake. It was the ego thing. Drake was like, "I got to get mine because I'm not getting buckets right now." Then he'd press the issue, and then it'd look real worse.
Like kick the ball out of bounds.
And then we had ZP who couldn't hit a shot that night.
Oh,
ZP was raging, and then I think you rolled your ankle, Zach. What?
Yes,
I remember when that happened.
because I sat down.
Yeah, if we can ever go back and get those runs again, I'm definitely trying to get my lick back. Get my shit back.
We knew what happened last summer, but it's all good. Before I wanted to ask a real question. So you guys both kind of touched on like
Not the same player.
adversities and learning experiences and all this. And now, and I'm asking this because I'm kind of in the same stage. You know, you're probably one of the oldest ones on the team and stuff. How does that change what you relay to kind of the younger guys on the team? You know, being to different schools under different coaches and all that. Because, like you said, there's a lot of things when you got to college that shell shocked you a little bit. So, like, does that change how you try to prepare the younger guys moving forward?
Yeah, just be for for sure. When I came in, I had a guy like that, Evan Wardlow. He's playing pro right now overseas, and he's a Santa Clara transfer. And but I really just tell him to not like lose sight of the long-term goal. Because one season seems like such a long time, and right, or such an important time when you're first year out of college, because you just played your senior year of high school, right? So you're like, every season is this and that, right? And there's your coach probably has a plan for you, you know what I mean? And as long as you just keep your head down and work hard. And honestly, coaches, like the things I try to tell younger guys is they trust guys who can like listen to them on the first time and apply it, right? Like even in the scout, like when we prepare for teams, you watch film, like when you go out there on the scout team, like know exactly what the action is and even the timing and things like that sort, and then they'll start to trust you more, right? And so I think that's one of the things that I try to relay to younger guys is just because you're not playing it doesn't mean you can't be a part of the winning process. And then, you also get more trust that way because they can trust you to do winning things.
Yeah, I think my situation is a little different because in Utah you have so many kids that are returned missionaries. So like, I'm still a younger kid on the team, and my school also my coach literally brings in one freshman every year. Like everyone else is JUCO transfers. So it's different, but definitely like I'm just always going to be a very outspoken person. Like I'm very loud, so I talk a lot. But I mean, for me, like the main thing is just like be like my thing. And with this team right now, it's just like we just got to stay like calm, like a lot in like college basketball. And I think it's just part of like you're a man at this point. Like you feel how you feel about certain things. Like in games, like you get so pressed. Like people get so upset at different things and just takes themselves out of the game. And like I'll do it too, but like for me, that's my thing. Is it's always trying to be like just stay calm. And then honestly, like as cliche or like corny as it sounds, is like find that one thing that you can do and just do it. Like my roommate, like he's like my best friend on the team. Like he loves to try to get busy, and he's a younger guy. Like he loves to try to like get busy and stuff. And I'm like, bro, they don't care. Like they don't want you to do that. Just make the right pass. I tell Tommy that all the time. Like just make the right pass and then hit your open shot, and that's just all you gotta do. Like
I love leader Draco.
Yeah, I just get rebounds now. That's what I'm for. I just rebound.
So I think those are both good answers, Drake and Zach. Luke, you posed the question. What do you tell the guys? I mean, you're clearly the older guy, the elder, 6 years in, about to have multiple degrees. And what do you usually tell the young guys now?
I tell them a couple things. I think Drake actually hit the nail on the head, and I know I've preached it on here a few times. Like, at this level, there's not many dudes that are a do-it-all type of guy. Like if you're an elitist at one thing, you're gonna find the court. So whether that's rebounding, whether it can be something like setting screens, or it can like whatever it is. If you're an elitist at that, you're gonna find a place on the court. And then in terms of just the big picture of it all, like this year specifically, I've been preaching like take advantage of the moment and be where your feet are, because like even this year for me, like I've really been trying to just be appreciative of like even having this year with COVID and everything, having the extra year. And like, if you don't take a moment to just appreciate where you are and like the opportunity you have, it's gonna go by so fast, and you're gonna be looking back like, damn, I wish I would have taken advantage of it a little bit more. So
Yeah,
I
bro,
feel like,
graduate next year.
yeah, it flies by. And I remember when me and Tommy, when we were on the phone when he first announced he was going to Idaho State, like it goes by so fast.
Crazy.
And like that's really what I've been preaching. And like we
I
were
can
just
remember when you
off.
took your unofficial visit to NAU. I
Yeah,
still have the
exactly.
picture of you and Coach Tuck.
I don't know.
I remember when Drake
Just
told
seen
me
him
he was
last week,
quitting
too.
basketball.
I remember going. I remember going to Zack's senior night. I'm all that.
Yeah, man.
Hey,
You're gonna have
where
a
were
couple
you
senior
on
nights to go to this year too.
Drake was perfectly set up. He didn't include a lot of this. We don't have to get into it. Drake was perfectly set up to continue his basketball career post graduation, and he said, "Nah, I'm good."
Nah,
Cuesta College was calling my name.
I want to say, yeah. I want to say though, Randy Bennett. I think Randy Bennett saved my college basketball career. He was the first time that it was like a bigger name college like had talked to me, and like it was Tommy's dad is like somehow the one who like ends up talking to him after the game, and then got my number to Randy Bennett, and he like called me after the game. I had a good game. Like I don't know, I probably had like in the 20s
Yeah.
probably, or
You had a lot, and then you had like two
2 blocks on the
You had,
main.
like, you had a really nice like chase down block on Aiden, who's now killing it at same areas, and Randy was like, "Whoa."
Yeah, and so Randy like he like called me, and I just told him like, yeah, like I think I'm just done. Like I don't really have a whole lot, like my grades, like whatever. And he was like, oh no, don't do that. Like, what are your grades? He was trying to look if there's any way for me to like get to St. Mary's or whatever. And then he like tried to get me in contact with Brewster. I couldn't go to Brewster because you can only take like it was like something like 3. There was like you can only take however many classes as a post grad, and I needed like 7, and I think it was like you could take like 2 or 3. But like when I quit and then everything, it was like always that voice to know that like I could. There was someone who really thought I could play at a high level. That was kind of like it was like I couldn't leave it.
Drake also had NorCal's finest Ryan Silver on the phone with him, begging him to come play for West Coast Elite, and Drake was like, "Yeah, I think I'm done."
I ducked a lot of people. I ducked a lot of people on AAU. Marvin Bagley's dad.
Yeah. I think that was the craziest one.
That was bad.
Drake, we can't waste any more time. I want the best Tommy story. I've been getting flamed in every guest. So it's time. Let's hear the best Tommy stories.
I don't know on the spot. It's so hard. It's so
Okay,
hard.
family programming.
I'll let you think while I give my favorite Drake story real quick.
All right. Let's hear it.
So
I'm putting my mic down for this.
We've all mentioned like how I think it was especially with Peter last episode how Drake has just been a big role model in my life. For the people that don't know, Drake and I just call each other our brothers. Like when I was like we're brothers. I did plain and simple. Like when I was born, Drake was there. Like our parents, he's been there since birth. So we grew up together, and I'm just keep it straight. Like Drake bullied the hell out of me when I was growing up. Like absolutely was not a good human being to me. But for some reason, I kept coming over every day.
Crazy. You just need to grow up a little bit.
No, I definitely just need to grow up a little bit.
House full of women, and you were just a little wussy. And
I was. I'm not gonna sit here and deny this.
Every day he would cry, bro. And I'm like, why are you crying? Like he'd be crying over like a 2K game that he'd lose. I'd be like, bro, why are you crying? I just have to beat him up.
He would beat me up and
beat him up a lot.
He'd dunk on me. He'd bully me. He'd threaten me with knives.
Publicly make fun of him.
Yeah, it was bad. It was really bad. Until I finally got my lick back on him on the trampoline. This is my greatest moment ever, dude. This is my greatest moment ever. So, for those who also don't know, I'm also a black belt in Taekwondo. Back when I was growing up, I did Taekwondo. I'm a black belt in Taekwondo. Before I tapped into the basketball career, I was a mixed martial artist. Yes, I know it's crazy.
Which was
Such
also
a
weird.
random,
I was like,
such a
you're
random Tommy thing.
nothing against people who do Taekwondo, but like you were too old. It was just like, bro, you're a dork. Move on.
This is what I'm talking about. We're on the trampoline and we're playing. I think we're playing Dead Man, whatever. Come on, guys. Like crazy game. Like we're playing Dead Man or whatever, and like the person who's dead closes their eyes and tries to tag the other person. And I was so mad at Drake, probably just pent up anger for how much he bullied me. And Drake's got his eyes closed and he's going Dead Man trying to tag me. And I'm bouncing on the trampoline and I do one of these. I'm like, I'm done with this guy. I do one of the high kicks that we practice at Taekwondo. I jump up in air, go high kick straight to Drake's nose. Just literally just knock Drake over and blood is just spewing out of both nostrils. And I was so happy, but I'm like, oh, sorry. But in my head, I'm like, yes. And then that was probably my favorite Drake moment when I finally got my get back on him. I kicked the absolute hell out of him.
You were way too happy telling that story.
That was
Wait,
awesome
yeah,
story.
Seriously, I'm about to say, no way the best story is you drawing blood on him.
There's a lot better. There's a lot better stories, but that's like a core. That's like a core one.
But the thing was, like, I would mess with Tommy, but like no one else could mess with Tommy. Like my friends, if they would try to mess
True
with
big
Tommy,
brother fashion.
yeah, I would be like, hey, no. But like then I'd do it, but like it was different.
Yeah.
You had a bully complex, is what you're saying.
Like Tommy's dad liked that I would beat him up. He would reward me for
Shout
it.
out Jim, man.
Shout out Jim.
Yeah,
he just
Jim.
sent me a picture of me and him.
Hey, me and Tommy's dad used to live in the same building.
Yeah, that's actually very true.
No way.
Jim could have made a guest appearance on here through Zack.
It's crazy.
That is crazy. But yeah, he would reward me. He like used to buy me shoes and stuff, and
So of course you were just getting reinforced with terrible habits.
yeah, he like
if I give Tommy a wedgie, I'm gonna get some new kicks.
2 black eyes. Oh my god.
Do you have a
Codies.
best Tommy story though, Drake?
like a funny. I mean, my favorite moment with you ever was my last shot in high school was an assist from Tommy.
Yeah.
So for me, that like I'll hold on to that forever.
See, Tommy, this just goes back to the narrative we've been talking about. You're just an all-around great guy.
Drake, is
Mr.
Tommy
Trojan.
Mr. Eldorado Hills? Is
Oh
he
my
Mr.
gosh,
Oak Ridge?
stop!
Is he Mr. Trojan?
Yes, he is. Because there's people out here that I'm going to school with. They're like, I look at your Instagram. You know Tommy Ball? I'm like,
This guy's so
you
well
were.
versed.
It's done.
Everyone's friend. I got to give Mr. Oakridge though. Has got to go to Ian Buck. I'm just gonna give.
Okay, that's valid.
That's fair.
If you could, if you're Prince Oak Ridge behind Ian Book, then
Yeah,
I
I
think
mean,
that's
NFL
that's
quarterback. Yeah, I
yeah,
think
you're doing
let's-
well.
Tommy's just everyone's friend. Tommy's just everyone's friend,
Big glue guy, huh?
Yeah,
Hey,
big
Tommy.
glue guy.
which is cool. But like, you know, I need bro getting girls too though.
We're cutting that out.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
getting cut out.
Anyways,
That's
so
that's
I'm gonna
getting
I'm gonna
included.
flip the question to Jared and ZP. I want each other's favorite stories of
I hate
that
ZP,
relationship too.
I know my favorite ZP story, but let's hear what ZP's is.
I mean, there's so many. Like, there's so many just like little blow-ups between us, but then like hella funny ass stuff, or just like good stuff. But I mean, I want to say, I mean, this past summer was pretty funny. Like, there was one workout. This is a funny story. Like, he could just tell like I was like kind of like not in the mood, right? I was like, I don't know, something probably happened or whatever, and we were playing once, and we were playing like it was just what was the drill?
It was a specific ones game where, and I'm not gonna say anybody's name, but if you're not focused and like have critical thinking skills, the ones game gets destroyed.
I know the story.
The whole point of the game is to force someone to shoot a shot or like close out to a shooter and then have to close out and play once. It's like just to help you like be more active on defense. And
I
so
think
like
I
the
know
game,
this story.
it makes the game more competitive. It's just a way to make the game more competitive. But go ahead, Z.
Yeah, so like I'm right. I rattled like probably 5 straight off, right? Boom, whatever, get back around the line, score another bucket, get stopped. And then when I get back on defense, I think the other guy has around like whatever, he has game point or something, or close to game point.
Yeah. He had
And-
3. He had 3.
Right.
Game's
And
a 5.
bro, they pass it and I'm not even like paying attention. I'm at the bottom of the hoop. And then he just like shoots an open 3. It's like, oh, you're off. I'm like, yo, what? Because I'm hot. 'Cause I'm like, I'm not about to lose. Like, this is crazy.
Yeah.
And then because like none of you guys are there. It's just like, you know, the other team.
Yeah, it was a different time. And,
Yeah, and I'm like, I'm not about to lose.
when the reality is I had to go chase another rebound, so I didn't see what happened.
Exactly.
That was
And
the
then
issue.
and then I got like mad or whatever, and because I passed the next pass, that's what I did. Because I was passing the next pass to the dude. That was whatever. Threw him like a just like a behind the back, like lazy, just whatever pass. Like it went to like the bench. So I'm like, dude, I'm not messing with you right now. Like that was weird. And then Derek didn't see like what happened before. So he was like, you're just gonna mess up his rep, Zach, because this and that. I'm like trying to explain to him, but now I'm seeing red. So now I just like whatever. So I start walking away. He's like, fine, I don't care if you want to leave my workout. I'm like, all right, I'll leave your workout. And I just got on.
And
It's
he
like,
left,
went home.
got in his car.
Yeah, I instigated this one.
I'm
Yeah,
like,
this
I'll
was
go work out
instigated
by
in the group
myself.
chat, right?
This was
Yeah.
instigated in the group chat via me.
Yeah.
Tommy Hall of Fame instigator badge. Also, I do, and the thing is, I think I worked out later in the day with Jared, and I know Jared was dying telling me the story, but in the moment, I know that it was so heated. I just because I know ZP and Jared both so well, I know that there was like real tempers flying. But then like 2 hours later, Jared's like, "Bro, you won't guess what happened today."
Yeah. Like
Yeah,
the funny part about it is like, well, this is what I remember what I told you.
Yeah.
Because like he was like Z was getting mad, and I'm like, I told him to stop being a certain B word and just tell me what happened, and that made it worse.
Yeah.
Because like
That
I
is
didn't
happening.
see it, and like and he was like getting mad. I'm like, bro, just like grow up and tell me what happened. And it was like that just made it worse.
Yeah.
Yeah, this was
I don't
great.
know. I thought he seen it happen.
No.
I also wasn't looking at the play either because I threw the ball behind my back.
So my favorite, this is a theme, so sad to say. My favorite ZP story was the first time I blew up on ZP. It was at
So-
Vac.
You're telling on
Vacahine.
yourself right now, is what you're saying.
Yeah, 100%. It was my favorite story because you'll
Understand.
understand when I tell the story, right? So it was like I was doing the summer workouts at Vacaville, and it was I think the second year I did it. So Z was like a junior, or maybe it was your senior year. It was 1 or 2. The kids have like other kids, like Z alluded to it earlier. Like not everybody in Vacaville cares about basketball, even if they play basketball. So like there was like a couple days where ZP couldn't go because he was off doing whatever else he was doing, not being focused in my mind. And the workouts were terrible, and like it was a struggle, right? So we come back in, and we're about to start. This is like I think you missed like 1 or 2 workouts. The next one, I'm like getting ready to start the workout, and there's all these new kids in there. Like I think it was like freshmen and like some sophomores that hadn't been there yet. And I was already mad that the older kids had been messing around. And usually when ZP is there, they don't do it. So like it's kind of ZP helping me. I have 37 kids to myself in a high school gym. So like it's running a 90-minute workout with 37 kids, and like 98% of them have no idea what they're doing. And then 1% know what they're doing but don't care. And then there's Zack. And then like maybe one kid, like one little freshman, Zach's like, hey, yeah, this kid's gonna be good. You should train him. That was it. So it was like Zach was supposed to be there to help me govern the workout. So he kind of left me out to dry for two workouts because he was off doing God knows what. So he tried to come up to me and dap me like everything was good. And like all the kids in there, I was like, I'm just gonna make an example. So I blew up on Zach, started cussing him out. The look on these kids' face was pure fear
Yeah.
and terror.
Jared loves
like-
instilling fear in these kids.
He loves to blow up on bro.
Yo, I blew up on Zach. Zach looked at me like this, like had no idea what was happening. I was
What?
kind of irritated. Yeah. And then he was like, all right, my bad, dude. And we had a great team workout. It was an
Yeah.
awesome workout.
I'm like, yo, well, because I'm just like, I really like nobody. Like, Coach Cameron blew up on me like that, but like, you know, like Coach Nagel's not gonna. Nobody had ever been so real with me, like in terms of basketball, and just like when they're frustrated with me, I'm just like, all right, that was different. That was whatever.
That was my favorite. That was my favorite ZP story because even though I was mad, there was ulterior motive and it worked. So I felt like I was doing a good job. When in reality, I was probably just being a jerk. So,
Yeah.
I remember
No,
the
no,
first
it's
time you
good.
blew up on me, Jared.
oh yeah,
Shit. I was like, what the? Well, I was like, what just happened? Because I'm thinking like
Oh my god.
at the time too, like I'm thinking like I like just like like I did not have a relationship with Jared really yet, and so like I'm paying him like like it's on my time type of thing, and like Jared like I think I missed a couple or like it was something I did something like I didn't come it was something basically same thing like you just felt like I wasn't like taking it serious, and you blew up on me like cussed me out in front of like the whole group, and I was like, what? Like, what just happened? I left so confused. And I remember texting Tommy like, nah, bro, I'm off that. Like,
Yeah.
like, bro, I'm off that.
He texted me,
Real
Jared's
Jared,
a
like, I
real.
don't know like what that is, but like I'm not doing that. Like
He texted me, Jared's a real dickhead. He thinks he my dad or something. I'm like, bro.
so I was so mad. And like I did not have ZP. ZP's response was much better. Like, oh, that's different. I was like, bro, what? Like,
but you came back, bro, and you're part of the fam. So
no,
everybody goes through it.
I'm glad that you do
Everybody
that.
has to go through it. You have to go through that.
Yeah.
Yeah, and I'm glad you do that. Like,
Yeah, at least I didn't do.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna name, but at least I didn't. I did one kid. I banned one kid for life.
I know who it is. He's one of my former teammates.
Hey now. But
I've
I want
seen-
to say
I've-
one of my go. You got
I was just gonna say I don't know the actual leaderboard, but I'm sure I'm up there in terms of witness to Jared blowups because I've seen
Yeah.
so
Gotta be.
many. I've seen so many.
I mean, you've been around the longest. It's only
Yeah,
a matter of
I've
time.
Jared's just an
like,
angry guy. Let's
Well,
be
like
real.
we said on the Have episode, like I'll be at the gym and then like sometimes I'll just hop in like the younger kids' workouts and Jared will be like, "You got anything to say?" And then I'll say something and then like I'll just pick someone out and go off and I'm like, "Bro, what is going on, Jared?"
Yo, that I want to say one of my like funniest stories though of a Jared workout. I mean, there's a lot. 'Cause Tyus was that was every day that summer.
Oh
I'm like,
God,
yo,
are you talking about? You're gonna talk about the COVID workout?
no, but I'm gonna say way before that. Like one of my first times working out in Zack with everybody. It was when Kenny and Luke.
Oh
and I don't even-
man, yeah.
And Will was there, and Terry might
Kenny.
have, Grant might have been there. Like, no. So we're playing once, right? And like I really don't know any of them, and I'm just like coming in like probably just like super like defensive, like I don't know any of these Sacramento kids, right? We're playing ones or whatever, and like I play physical, and so does Kenny, and so
You guys
one
were playing fours. You guys were playing fours.
is that what was it? Those
It was
fours?
playing fours. Yeah, you guys got
And
tangled up.
And we got tangled up because like we would that. I mean, me and Kenny played pretty similar in terms of like how physical we get and like what we do. And so all of a sudden, like we're getting tangled up, and then he thinks that like I'm doing it on purpose or whatever. And all of a sudden, he just like pushes me into the wall and like yells at me, like gets in my face or whatever. I'm like, yo, this dude's pretty big. But but then like I yell back because I'm just like I'm just go crazy man mode, and I yell back and I'm trying to fight him. And Jared sees it in my eye because he knows back. But I just wanted to say that was like one of the funniest stories.
That I don't know if that's funnier than
had-
the you and Will story though. You and Will battle was hilarious.
I can't even remember. It's just like it's so funny because like I really that damn like I don't mess with these Sacramento kids, bro. And it's just now funny to look back at it. Funny to look back at it is like now they're like some of my best friends. That's just just funny.
Yeah, Zach's conclusion was that everybody from El Dorado Hills and and Folsom was soft. That was his conclusion.
Kenny was soft though. Kenny was gonna beat my ass.
Drake, you
That's
ever
his-
work out? Did Drake ever work out with Kenny? I don't think Drake knows Kenny.
No, he doesn't know the stiff arm step backs and the
Oh my gosh, Drake, this is the original big guard.
Step backs.
Yeah.
Oh my god. Only going left though.
only going left.
Drake, he went to
Yeah.
Pondo.
You gotta know the
Yeah,
scout.
I
You
remember,
gotta know
that's
the
like, I
scouting
remember like
report.
Nate and Aaron. That was like the summer I came.
No,
in.
no, this is Kenny's like KI original. Like I started
Yeah.
training Kenny like in 6th grade, 7th grade with Alec Andrews.
I rock with Nate, but I almost punched on him one time.
He's gonna hear this too. I
Yeah,
can't
Nate
wait.
listens to the pod.
No,
No,
Shout out
I
to Nate.
rock with Nate. Like I rock with
No,
Nate.
we all
I-
love Nay. We all love Nay.
That was like I remember that too. Like I was still getting back in the groove of it, and I remember we were playing like threes or something, and Jared was like playing. I think maybe.
Get my cardio.
Yeah, I got the ball and just like randomly like went to punch, and like was up there. I got it, and then I was like, damn, I still can hoop. But shout out Nay, but
Yeah.
I almost got him good.
Nate's a great guy, man.
Yeah,
Yeah,
he,
I wish I
he
would've
wasn't
got-
ready to get on the pod yet. We've asked Nay. Nay's not ready to get on the pod.
Nate's got
I didn't
it.
want to get on the
He was
pod
soon.
until I was made strides in my basketball career. I couldn't get on here until I. Had
You had
actually
to get
done
the first
something
start.
good.
Did you have to get the first start before you could come on?
That's
Right.
what gave him the confidence to hit the group text.
Yeah.
Well, no, Peter Hansen was on here, and I was like, bro, how do you guys love Peter? But I was like, how do you have Peter on here before me and ZP? Like,
Hey man, you still got
did
ways
you-
to go,
yeah.
man.
He pitches for Texas. Like he's gonna get
Bro
on.
got
before-
drafted. What are we talking about?
bro, I get
It
it.
sounds like salty.
It-
It sounds
yeah.
salt right now.
He's
This is-
salty, but
Y'all
it's
had
just
Jamal
like
Crawford before me, bro.
he's salty, but like it's because we go way back. It's because Pete was in the OG group.
Fair
Tommy,
enough.
I'm trying to think of like I was trying to think of my favorite memory with you.
Bro,
like,
we literally lived together. So like
I don't have a specific.
there
one.
was a
Summer-
there was a fun summer when
the
Drake.
summer with Spencer Dwayne in the house was hilarious.
Oh man, Spencer Dwayne.
That was hilarious.
Shout out to Spencer Dwayne.
Oh, that
Yeah,
was
shout
so
out
funny.
Spence, man.
Hey, shout out Spencer. I remember Spencer. Spencer was good.
Shout out Spencer, bro.
Spencer was Spencer was cold.
He needs to
Great.
start hooping again or something.
Yeah, Spencer could hoop. No, the
before we
summer
run
where
it,
Drake lived with me was incredible. That like
I can only imagine what that looked like and felt.
When I
Like.
came home, Tommy, when I came home from
I
Julian,
don't want to imagine.
yeah.
you rolled
Okay.
over. You rolled over.
No, we're done. We're done. We're done. We're done. Yeah.
Jared,
we're
what'd you have to
done.
say? What'd you have to
Hey,
say, Jared?
bro, let's get this starting five going because this is going to be a hectic topic. So.
Yeah, no. So
That's
starting
what
five
I
this
was
week.
so sad.
We're gonna go back on the superhero topic. We're gonna do super villains this time. And yeah, we usually let the guests go first. Drake came in here with some confidence talking about his starting
Yeah,
five.
come on,
so
Drake. Let's hear it, bro.
I
It's
kind of want to
probably-
hear him reel it off.
Yeah,
Hey,
I'm good.
Tommy, can you save your frustrations? Okay. I feel like Drake. I feel like Drake's is going to be basic.
Yeah, here you go. You got all right. I got at my starting point guard. I got the Riddler. He's a real deceptive guy.
I like that.
Yeah, this is tough. All right, my shooting guard, Deadshot. Oh, yeah, I'm honestly not losing. Small forward, Joker. You know, he's a necessary evil. He'll get in there, kind of Dennis Rodman vibes with him. I'm getting power forward, Bane. Hello.
So you only watch DC comics? What is this?
He goes,
Hello.
Hello.
That's literally Charles Barkley with Shaquille O'Neal size.
You know that Ed Hardy is only like 5'9".
We're not talking about Ed Hardy. We're talking about Bane.
That's the actor.
No, I get that, Thomas. You worry about your starting five. Center, I got Thanos at center. Literally, rings.
Just
Yeah.
basic 5, bro. You are not winning.
Basic five.
Nah,
The
I like the
redheaded
confidence though. I love the confidence. Though. He believes in his guys. You got to give it to him. You
Bro,
got to hand it to
just,
him.
You just took the
Yeah.
DC movies and just closed your eyes and went like this.
All right,
Damn.
Deadshot's the best shooting guard in the league. So
All right, go ahead, Z. Yours has got to be better than that.
Yeah, mine's good. PG, I got the Joker. I feel like that's pretty solid. Shooting guard, I got Loki from Marvel.
Okay.
I mean,
I like it. I like it.
And then Magneto from X-Men.
Mm,
Forward.
talk to him.
And then power forward, I got Mr. Swackhammer.
What?
You guys remember Space Jam?
Yep, I know who Mr. Swagger.
Yeah, Space Jam. The Space Jam villain.
Is that that's the bad dude, the main dude?
He's
Yeah.
the one that like puts the Monstars together.
Oh
Essentially.
my god!
Wow.
He's trying to-
I'm mad I didn't know that.
I was
like
literally
that,
scared
Z.
of that guy.
No,
And then
yeah.
Then I got Thanos. Like, you know, it's a big
Damn,
threat
it's
to
just
size.
he's a solid center. He's got 5 rings already. The Infinity.
Wait, your time's over, bro. You don't need to explain your fight.
And then
I don't
the
know.
We'll say the
walk-on?
walk on. We'll save it. We'll save it. We'll save it.
Oh, okay,
Save it.
say the walk on.
Yeah,
Gotcha.
yeah,
I don't have a walk.
yeah. Get right, bro.
I got you.
All
All
right.
right, is it me?
Yeah, go ahead, man.
Okay.
You
So
got the fresh cut.
yeah. So thanks, man. I was hoping someone would notice. So at the point guard, similar to my superhero pick, I went with someone who I feel like could manage a lot of hotheads. In his universe, he was considered one of the smartest humans on the planet. I want Lex Luthor at the point. I feel like he's an intelligent guy. He's going to be able to run my guys lead on the floor. At the 2, I got someone who's really going to get in the opposing team's head. Really get in their head, mess with their matchups, mess with their game plan. Give me the Scarlet Witch at the 2.
Is she a villain though?
After
Yeah.
this last movie, yeah, definitely.
She's a villain.
Mm.
Thank you, Tommy. At the 3, similar pick here. I have Bane, but I have it
Let's
for
say
different
more
reasons.
distressed mother.
I think Bane is Jared used it in another one. Bane's gonna be my Kevin Garnett. The pregame speeches from Bane are gonna be crazy. So that's my small forward, real perimeter enforcer out there. At
I
the
like that.
4, hasn't been used yet. Kind of crazy to me. Talk about someone who's highly skilled, very versatile, can
don't say it.
morph an entire offense around themselves. Gonna be able to find people in plenty of open situations. I want Doc Ock. Dr. Octopus.
Yeah, I thought about
See,
that.
I told you, Tom. You should have gone first.
That's
knew I
high
should've.
level.
I
And
should
then
have
at the
gone
center,
first, Tom.
That's high level.
my fault. So at the center, I knew the Thanos pick was gonna be strong. You know me, I'm not gonna pick the favorite, not gonna pick the fan favorite. But I have another big body down there. Someone who's really gonna clog up the paint.
Chris Webber?
Dominant
my
force.
fault.
Kingpin. Give me Kingpin at the
Oh,
center.
I
Great
like
pick.
that pick.
Yeah.
Great pick. Great pick.
Yeah.
I thought you were gonna say Chris Webber.
I mean, Kingpin. No.
Okay, we're done.
That was terrible. Drake, I take it
that was
back.
actually
Yours is
awful.
better than that.
That was actually.
No, it
awesome.
wasn't. Don't lie. That was nice.
He said king. All right, Jared, go ahead.
No, go ahead, Tom. Or you got
I want to
audible.
go last.
All right. Well, I'm going to take the road less traveled. I am the resident historian on this TV
Here we go.
program.
Self-proclaimed.
Self-proclaimed. At my point guard, I mean, you have to have it. It's the greatest villain ever played in any movie ever made. Give me Heath Ledger's Joker point guard. Gotta have it. Heath Ledger specifically, though. That was the greatest.
Joker too.
That
Would
was the
like to
greatest
point that out.
character ever played, like hands down. At the shooting guard, I got a little bit of movement here. I think I'm gonna go with give me Agent Smith from The Matrix. We live in a digital age. We have Meta.
Okay. Yeah.
Okay. He controls the digital world. Give me Agent Smith at the shooting guard. At the small forward, I needed somebody that is very versatile, can give me different stuff, rebounds, points, blocks, steals, and just has a nasty attitude to really like lock down the other team's best offensive player. Give me Venom at the small forward.
Like Venom.
Good pick.
Drake's a big
Um,
Spider-Man guy.
Yeah, big Spider-Man guy. That's why Kingpin was a great pick. So at the power forward, to stay on brand here, big X-Men guy, strongest mutant in the X-Men universe. Give me Apocalypse. Has all the tools needed to win a championship. And when needed, he can make others follow him. And at the center, again, cannot believe this hasn't been taken. But again, I'm much older than you guys.
Oh,
Another
no.
elite villain
Don't do it.
who has all the power you could
Don't do
ever
it.
imagine in the entire galaxy.
Come on, dude.
Give me Darth Vader at the center.
I knew I didn't want to steal that one.
Darth Vader at the center.
Unreal.
I thought I really wanted Tom to have that one, so I didn't take it. With that being said, Tommy Ball, the floor is yours.
All right, I let Jared go before me. He thinks it's cute and wants to take my villain, and he knew that was my pick.
You weren't
Anyway.
even born when Star Wars came out.
All right, dude.
Were you?
Yes.
At the point guard, we've
Not
got
the
a
original.
guy. We've got a guy at the point guard who just, I mean, he knows how to lead a universe, a galaxy behind the scenes. And in the movies, nobody knew that he was running everything, but he was running everything, and they found out, and it was bad. Give me Emperor Palpatine at the 1. Just a special talent at the 1. At the 2, I cannot believe this one has been picked. We've got a guy who, I mean, talk about rivaled one of the best heroes of all time. Give me Megatron. My backcourt's just different. I mean, I can't believe nobody picked Megatron at the 3. See, this is where I went different from Jared. Jared put Darth at the 5. Darth's not a 5. Darth is a 3-level scorer. Darth is going to get it from everywhere on the floor. He's not going to get it in the paint. That's not what Darth does. He's going to dunk on people. He's going to lock you up. He's going to use the force. He's not a 5. You're limiting what Darth can do at the 5. So I hate that pick at the 5.
You're right. Hakeem Olajuwon, he's not nice. That's fine.
But it's different. My 5's going to do everything that Darth would do defensively and let Darth take care of everything on the offensive end.
I tried to let you go first, man.
At the 4, I love this pick. I mean, you want to talk about a guy who knows how to steal things. This guy literally stole Christmas, and it's December. Give me the Grinch.
Oh, that's a good pick.
Give me the
That's
Grinch.
a great pick.
I like that.
The Grinch at the 4. He's our Dennis
Spoiler,
Rodman. He's crazy. He's gonna get 10 steals a game. Give me the Grinch. And at the 5, we've got an absolute dog defensively. This guy is taking care of everything in the paint. Give me Predator.
Better.
Mm-hmm.
Solid.
Good audible, Tom.
Dog.
Tom, reverse order. Tom, walk on pick.
I want to go last on walk on pick because I got
Okay.
a lot to say.
Okay.
I mean,
walk on pick real quick to me. I missed this whole part.
So the walk on pick, Drake. Apparently you're not an avid listener.
Find your spirit animal, Drake. Someone that
So-
no one thought would be good that
Yeah.
is actually good and helpful for their team.
honestly, I'm not prepared.
Not prepared.
Yeah.
Well, I can go. I mean, I'm ready.
All right,
Yeah.
let's hear it. Let's hear it, Luke.
So I do have a question though, because I have one that I would love, but to clear things up, we had a little chatter in the group chat. There wasn't enough for me to solidify this pick. So I have one, but he's from a TV show. Are you guys gonna let me play or no?
Yeah,
accept it. I'll
let's
accept
hear-
it.
Let's hear it. Let's hear it.
Give
Let's
me-
let it rock.
Dr. Doofenshmirtz. I think this is one of the best villains of
I
all
don't
time.
even know what that is.
I think Dr. Doofenshmirtz is someone that cannot go unnoticed. I'm giving him the nod as my walk-on pick.
Oh my gosh.
What is that from?
Is that from
Phineas and Ferb.
Phineas and
Phineas
Ferb?
and Ferb.
God, you love that show.
He
Who
does.
doesn't? If you
I've
ever
never watched
watched
it.
Phineas and
I
Ferb,
know I've never watched it. I'm not
Exactly.
hating.
anyone
I'm
who's
just saying.
tapped in, they
If
know,
we're-
they know.
Okay. If we're going television shows, I'll go. I've already got mine. Give me Gustavo Fring. Gustavo Fring
From Breaking Bad.
is going to be a real quiet guy that's just going to take care of business flat out on the floor. I mean, he is the biggest drug kingpin in the world, and nobody knew it. Gustavo Fring.
Okay.
Z, what you got?
So walk on pick, right?
Right.
He has to be kind of has the own swag about him, like the kind of
Someone that flies under the radar. Yeah. But
But
what
like
you got?
he needs to have that gangster mentality though, right?
Right. I like that. I like that.
Like you need to not care in order to be a good walk on, right? That's gonna help the team. Victor Sweet from Four Brothers. You guys remember Victor Sweet? Everybody ever seen Four Brothers in here?
Yeah. it's
Not
great.
familiar
It's
with
great.
Victor
That's a great
Sweet's
pick.
game.
Great pick.
Victor, he just had the fur coat on.
Yeah.
He ran every, he was the man.
Great pick, man. You kind of look like Wahlberg right now. Not gonna lie to you.
Yeah,
All right,
I get
Draco.
that quite a bit.
All right, this one's a little. He's
Yeah,
a walk on.
finish your snacks over there, bro, before you start talking.
Shout out Jimmy Jones. NIL. Um, this one, it's a little tough because a walk-on, it's a gamble. You don't really know what you're always gonna get.
Okay.
But I'm letting this guy. He's wanted it for so long, and he's just been oppressed by his peers. I'm going with Plankton.
Drake wins. Nah, Drake wins. Drake wins.
That's a good one.
I don't even want to go down.
Bro has grit. He actually has grit, and what you want out of a walk-on is someone who won't take no for an answer. And Plankton will not stop until he has Mr. Krabs' secret recipe.
Yep. No, Drake.
Works until he gets it.
Drake
So
got it.
shout out
Man.
Plankton. That's my walk-on. That's
Wow.
Drake, how did you have no idea? 30 seconds ago, you had no idea what the walk-on pick was. And then
Hey,
I
No,
mean,
the
that's a
explanation
banger.
is so perfect.
Oh,
That is-
man.
oh my gosh.
Bud Light vibes.
I'm voting for Drake. I'm voting for
yeah,
Drake.
God, I don't even want to go
that's a good
now.
one,
That
Drake.
sucks.
That's a good one, Drake.
Who's basic
Alright.
now, Jared? Yeah.
Hey, that was my bad. That was and see, look, Drake. What we just learned is that you think better on your toes because the 5 that you came up was terrible.
Oh, jeez.
I'm an on the fly thinker.
You're my favorite walk-on, Drake. That's all I'm saying.
Hell yeah.
All right, so let me compose myself here because this is gonna get a little serious.
Oh.
So, my walk-on pig. A lot of people think about lasers and blowing up the planet and taking over universes and all that stuff. But what people fail to realize is that that's not the real enemy. And that's not the real villain.
What?
The real villain comes from within.
All right, dude.
And
Stop
the real
monologuing.
villain is yourself. Because we're always fighting our own fears and our own confidence, especially as athletes.
Bro, David Goggins, make your pick, bro.
Trying to sell his pick so hard.
So my walk-on pick for villain is Tyler Durden from Fight Club
Oh
my
because he fought himself.
That's
The
tough.
greatest villain comes from within.
All right.
That's a good one, Jared. I like
It's a
it.
good
I
one.
like that.
It's a good
I
one.
like that.
It's a
I don't
good
know that
one.
I love the monologue, but it's a good one.
Jared
Tyler
wanted this
Durden
stage
pick rock
so
again
bad.
today.
Plankton that's incredible. That is it.
High level. It was so high level. And the lead up, he said he's been oppressed by his peers.
Okay, good stuff. Those are great lists, fellas. Well, before we wrap things up here, I know Drake and both Zack are avid members on the golf course. So, Jared,
I really hate golf with my entire body. I think it's the worst sport ever created. Hate golf.
but you do golf pretty often.
And Drake, let me not let you forget. If you really are surgical,
There it is.
your short game is the most surgical part of the game. So if you really think you are a surgeon, here's your the best thing for you is if you get your 50 chips a night, your surgeon game is going to get right.
Oh my God, this is taking a turn for the worst.
I hear you, but I only operate in operating rooms, not on grass fields with like 400 guys to drive a low golf ball. I actually
Slip the
hate
gloves
golf
on.
with passion.
Yes.
I'll never golf.
50 chips, man. 50 chips get you
Slip the
surgical.
gloves on.
Get it right.
Slip the gloves
Better
on.
focus on my free throws.
Can this summer, can we get up to Truckee and golf with everybody? Can we get
Man.
that?
I would
That'd
go.
be amazing.
I would go. I'd just sit in the golf cart though. And drink
It
Sounds
water.
like a great
Fine with
time.
us. It's fine with us. Keep the
Well,
basic play.
Sounds like an incredible time. Fellas, we appreciate you guys a lot for coming on.
Yeah.
This episode
Jake,
could have
thanks for
taken
guilting us and having me on
Yeah.
the pod. Thanks, Drew.
This episode could have taken a lot of different turns, but I think this was very productive. I think we got some good stuff in, good banter.
I'm very thankful for the fellas keeping it productive as well.
Yeah, I just want the group to know, like, me and Zack are guys that can be counted on when it's crunch time.
Yeah, they proved it tonight. They proved it.
did.
Always. Yeah.
Absolutely proved it.
I can put a suit and tie on and just be Drake Von Middleton sometimes,
What is
His middle name is Vaughn.
All right, Tom, go ahead. All right, Tom, go ahead.
Wrapping things up here. For those who don't know, this five is the surgical summer. That's why we had to get him on. This is the group chat. The surgeon himself, Draco. Shout out to him.
Episode 20.
Episode 20.
Milestone episode for
Summer
sure.
comes to life in the winter. So once
With
again,
our own starting five.
Yeah, appreciate all the listeners though. This is a hefty episode. So I hope you guys enjoy this one. It's been a lot of fun.
I just want to say this is awesome what you guys are doing though. Like we were on the road trip this past road trip. And one of my assistants coaches, he like had CarPlayed his phone to the car, and like one of the recent podcasts I was on was the Walk On Pod. So you guys are making it big, man.
Let's
You guys are making it
go.
big. You got listeners, man. So
that is incredible.
It's high level.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Well,
Trying
as
our
always,
best.
appreciate everybody who listens in. And these are our favorite walk-ons, and we're walking out.